IFCKED up. This video is not sponsored by anybody. According to David Boomble's video on the best laptop you can afford, my current MacBook Pro 2017 13-inch i5 7360U 8 gigs of RAM and 128 gig SSD was excellent for my needs even after 2 years of use. If you have a tight budget, they explicitly advised buying a used laptop on eBay for about $100.
Would tell people as a starting point is that if you can't afford the newest and best machine, go out and buy yourself, a 5-year-old machine that's you can buy for half price and get started. It's more important to get started than it is to wait for the perfect machine, because really what you need to do is to develop your knowledge and skills. Right? That's 80%, and only 20% is the machine.
So what I have is $400, and I should be in a good spot, right? I watched a video by Alex Siskind on how to set up a brand new Mac developer environment, and even though he has a M2 while I'm still using an Intel processor, that's kind of what I need. Everything's kinda the same, although we'll be using Intel versions of the softwares I'm running, and I would be able to run 32-bit apps. My RAM is 8 GB. But with the help of the excellent Mac management tool Clean My Mac, which I have video on my channel speaking Persian.
There is something you gotta do, and don't forget this, you gotta read. It says, next steps, run these 2 commands in your terminal to add homebrew to your path. Don't forget to do this. It's actually...
Wait, I forgot to use that homebrew command? Hell no. Anyways, afterwards I wanted to have a proper from the base experience on my Mac, so tried using the erase all content and setting button in transfer or reset. It said erase ascent is not supported by this Mac. Well, the reason that didn't work was because I was using Intel. Am I right? So I made the decision to totally delete my Mac storage. First dumb move, navigating to the macOS utilities. I authorized my ownership by entering my password. I deleted my hard drive. Reinstall macOS Ventura was selected. We are at this point 2 hours and 13 minutes into the download. So I made my second stupid mistake and restarted my computer. Unfortunately, this time, after internet recovery, I was unable to access Ventura's macOS utilities, and was instead stuck at Sierra. I was even unable to install that version of the operating system. By the way, if you guys get stuck there, all you need to do is open the utilities terminal and type updateutime.apple.com. and you'll be good to go. Since it's difficult to make money in Iran, and I'm just a retard interested in technology, please consider subscribing to my channel. I called Apple. Yes, I did not have much luck with that choice. I tried using iMessage and whoops. If you are an Iranian watching this, and are curious about how I did it, simply change your area from Iran to the United States, and it will function as the same. I was saying, they just couldn't help, and Sadapal chat bot said their team would contact me at my given time, which was 12 a.m. 4:30 in New York's time. As our house is not an ideal place for cellular connection, and it had been a complete 6 hours of me not using my computer as I wanted iMessage, AirDrop, watching videos, all stuff that I needed was gone. I just couldn't wait for the gap between 11 to 12 that I needed to talk Apple. So I tried and tried and tried till when I got 12 a.m. I opened Google Voice as I waited for them to call. After 4 minutes, when I was sure they ain't callin', I turned off my VPN, and that was when they called. I was furious at our Wi-Fi, and suddenly a light bulb just lightened above my head. I fixed it myself. You know what did I do? I used a VPN on my modem. I was frustrated with my Wi-Fi, and had an idea. I tried fixing it myself by using a VPN on my modem. I found a YouTube video by Pink Gapple that suggested using Command plus Option plus R instead of Command plus R to access Ventura's theme for macOS utilities.
Figured it out. So when you're going to power it off and then do Command R to reinstall, I don't believe that Mac allows you to reinstall Sierra because it is such an old program. So what I did was I was doing a lot of research, and if you do Option Command R, hold those, power off, power on, Option Command R, it'll bring you into a boot menu, and then in this boot menu you're going to see the newer version of software for the Mac.
I reset the NVRAM by pressing Option plus Command plus P plus R. All it needed was a good connection. but it was blocked in Iran. I made sure that that 2H and 13 minutes that I was back to when I did that stupid restart is going well. Cause I had to leave it at the same when I encountered it first time cause our store's Wi-Fi was working pretty well. 2 a.m. I slept. When I woke up at morning it was still installing. In fact it was at nearly 1 day and 12 hours at 11 a.m. when I asked my mom to check it up. Of course I was at my workplace. When I got back for lunch at 2 p.m. it was installed, and I was at the region selection. I did the starting wizard, keyboard, date and time, apps, everything, and it worked better than it did before. I'm working on this project and writing this script from 4.5 days, and I'm going to use 4K format of the visuals, for you better experience listening to Siri's voice, and I'm editing the whole thing with my own MacBook. Hope you enjoy it.